Dr. George King, whose picture is up on the wall, he knew that anyone can harness this love energy, this light energy, and give effective spiritual healing to relieve suffering, irrespective of age and sex. He in fact demonstrated this as an 11-year-old boy when he gave his very first absent healing to his mother, who was very, very sick. And in fact, his healing was miraculous. She was healed by it. Any of you are healers tonight? I'm just wondering. Can you raise your hands? Great, excellent. So tonight Yonga is going to demonstrate the King technique that was devised by Dr. King. And any of you who would like to receive it and experience it, just raise your hands and Brian is going to coordinate it, arrange it. So, what is spiritual healing? It's a science in which the universal life forces, or pranas, are conveyed from the healer into the patient. The universal life forces come from the sun or through the sun, and it is said that all things on earth are solidified sunlight. When I first heard this statement, I was quite taken by it, because everything you see around you is prana. There's an exception to this one, which is the main spiritual driving force behind the body and the brain of man, which is the spirit itself. So, the spiritual aspect within us is controlling us, the soul, us, the body in all its aspects, and us, the brain in all its aspects. In other words, we have built for ourselves a complex machine, which we steer through material life, and which we sensitize to such an extent that we can learn and progress, or if we choose, we can become ignorant. It was said by the wise ones, which is a beautiful statement, that all life is one, expressing itself in a multitudinous forms in order to gain experience of and control over matter. So around our physical body, we know we've got a psychic counterpart called the aura, and in fact, all things, including all plant life, even the rocks, have an etheric or magnetic field around them of varying frequency. And when we talk about humans, we call it the aura. If you go to a Mind, Body, Spirit festival or some other festivals, you can have your aura taken, which has different colors in them. And what the aura is really a reflection of the physical body. So you might wonder, is how big is our aura? Some people can see it clairvoyantly, some can't. But it is said that, generally speaking, an average person's aura is just a few inches around the physical body. But according to ancient scripts, the adept has a large aura, the master has a larger aura, but the great avatar has no aura. It's intriguing, isn't it? Because you might wonder, is that, the great avatar would have a huge aura. But no, these ancient scripts said that the great avatar has no aura. What do they mean by it? What they mean is that the great avatar has absorbed all the powers of the aura and is able to, into the human frame, and is able to use it. In our aura, actually you'll see a couple of pictures of the aura, but here you will see the human body, and there's a depiction of the aura and the psychic centers, which we have in the aura, called little floodgates, which are connected to the spine, like little stems. And we have major and minor psychic centers. There's an interesting story regarding to minor psychic centers. In Russia, some scientists were doing experiments around electrical force fields. And one of the scientists touched with the tip of her tongue an electrical bar charged with electricity. And you might wonder, why did she do that? It doesn't sound very sensible. Indeed, the charge knocked her unconscious. But when she woke up, she had amazing clairvoyant abilities. She could see through the walls of her laboratory. She could see even through the walls of the building. And she couldn't really understand it because she was an orthodox scientist. And suddenly she has these amazing psychic abilities, even seeing auras around people. Eventually, this ability left her because she didn't keep it up. But it all happened because of an uncontrolled overactivation of a minor psychic center. So tonight, we're not so much going to concentrate on the minor centers, but on the major ones, which, as we know, is the sex center, the solar plexus center, often referred to as the battery center, the heart center. In occultism, it is said that the heart center, the physical heart, is on one side of the body, which is on the left. The spiritual heart is on the opposite side, and the psychic center is in the middle, between the two. Then we have the throat center, the Christ center, and the crown center. Now these centers are vortices of energies, and they move at great velocities. And in the Christ center, the energy, some of them travel at 4 million times the speed of light. Now that is fast. 4 million times the speed of light. We also have psychic centers in our palms of our hands, which Jenga is going to demonstrate how we use these centers during this king technique. But in our right palm it has positive polarity, which gives out the energy, and in the left palm it has negative polarity, which tends to attract this energy. And in some ladies, this polarity is reversed.